All right, welcome to a brand new episode of Wrestling with Siblings. I'm your host, Araceli, and there is no co-host because unfortunately he couldn't make it, but I am here and I'm sitting here with Interstate Smooth. He has a new mixtape out. If you haven't heard it, go download it. It's available anywhere you get your music, one verse, hearse, and please welcome Interstate Smooth.
Yes. What's good? What's good? Wrestling with Siblings. What's up? Thank you, Araceli, for having me. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's do this. I'm ready.
No problem. Thank you for being here. And let's get started. First things first, how did you get into wrestling?
How did I get into wrestling? I've been watching wrestling since I was a kid. Like my whole family been watching wrestling. My grandfather watched wrestling. My father watched wrestling. He was also a high school wrestler. And once we started watching it, we just became addicted to it. We will watch every Monday Night Raw. We will beg and plead for our mom to just be like, listen, please, let us just watch it. Let's stay past our bedtime. Because everybody's favorite wrestlers was always past, the main events.
Yeah.
So my bedtime was like 9, 10 o'clock. Back in the day, Monday Night Raw started at 9 o'clock. So you see the discrepancy right there. It's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, that definitely is a problem. So what, they would just let you stay up? It would just be you and Thea watching, or how would that work? You would just sneak in and try to watch it anyway?
It was very hard to sneak anything past my mother because she was on it. She would, when it's bedtime, it's bedtime. There'll be certain days that she would let it slide. She was just like, you know what, you can stay up towards this match. It depends. It really depends. But certain times she'll let it slide, sometimes she won't. But majority of the time, bedtime is bedtime.
You would miss that good part of the show. You would miss that main event.
Yes, and that was a huge that was a big problem to me because I really loved watching, my favorite wrestler was Stone Cold Steve Austin, and to me, I feel like Stone Cold made Monday Night Raw. That's just my opinion. Everybody else has their own opinion, but growing up, Stone Cold Steve Austin was my favorite wrestler. So Monday Night Raw with Stone Cold, yeah, I would do anything in the world just to make sure I could watch that.
That was a can't miss for sure.
Definitely.
All right. And so since you said Stone Cold was your favorite wrestler, now I know you don't keep up with it as much. Who would you consider your favorite wrestler right now? Aside from your sister, of course.
Here's the thing. The new wrestlers out now, obviously I like Aleister Black. I like his whole character. I like, he got like a little dark theme to him. And it kind of reminds me of like kind of how The Undertaker first came out. Mm-hmm. But his wrestling style, he incorporates a lot of kickboxing in there. And to me, I love MMA too. So just to see how he incorporates that into his wrestling, that's dope to me. I also I always like Bobby Lashley too. I always like Bobby Lashley. I like Kofi Kingston. And this is another one, Ricochet. I like Ricochet a lot. I like the High Flyers. I like that. That entertains me a lot.
I noticed the trend there. I was like, he likes all the high flyers, powerhouses is kind of what you like, but you're also towards that entertainment side of wrestling, it looks like.
Yes, definitely. I give credit where credit is due. Some people are not as great performing in the ring than they are on the mic, but some people are really good on the mic. Some people are really good technically in the ring. That always been the case, but I appreciate all sides of wrestling. I appreciate the entertainment side. I appreciate the technical side of it. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, it's definitely another form of art. I know the art that you do is music, but yes. Did you ever want to get into wrestling? Did you ever want to become a wrestler, or was this just a complete thing for your sister?
Of course. I think anyone who watched wrestling growing up, everybody wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to be a wrestler growing up. I even thought about my own theme song. I used to look for songs to be like, yo, you know what? That could be my walkout music. That'd be dope. I could do that. I always thought about it. I always thought about what kind of character I have, stuff like that. Me and my sister, when we were growing up, I really was heavily into wrestling.
Heel or face? Would that be your character, heel or face?
Oh, you know what? I would like to. I don't want to say heel or face. I would like to say somewhere in the middle. Like I don't want to be too good, but I don't want to be too bad. I kind of want to be a balance in a way. Like there was a time where the Undertaker was when he was the American Badass. He wasn't too good and he wasn't too bad. You know, like he was just like he would fight the good wrestlers and he would also fight the bad wrestlers. He would just take on all competition. And that's the type of wrestler I like to be if I was a wrestler.
I like that for you. I think that that suits you very, very well. But let's get into Twitch. How did you get into Twitch?
Oh man, Twitch. I got into Twitch by my sister. My sister was she was on Twitch like a couple months before me, and it just I never thought I would do it. I never ever thought in a million years I would do it. But she told me about it, and before then I didn't even like hook up my PlayStation. I haven't played video games in years. I just as soon as she told me to try out Twitch, I said, okay, I'll try it out. My mom actually bought me a PlayStation 4 for Christmas like 2 years prior to me even starting Twitch. And once I started Twitch, I finally took the PS4 out the box, like cracked the seal, everything. I did not touch it. I was not playing video games. I was literally just ignoring it the whole time.
Until you got into Twitch, and now seeing all the support is crazy, man. I was there since the very first stream that you basically did. And I mean, seeing where you're at now, it's actually crazy. Did you think that support was going to come from Twitch?
Not at all. I honestly, to be completely honest with you, no, I did not expect it. I didn't know what to expect from Twitch. I just thought with Twitch, it was just going to be fun, just me playing video games. But then next thing you know, I just started incorporating like some of my real life in there. When it came to me moving to Connecticut, from moving one place to another, it really blew my mind to see how much people were like really supporting, and people who were actually, it showed that the people actually cared. It threw me all the way off because there's plenty of friends that I have in my life that I consider really close friends that would not even consider doing half of the stuff that people has done on Twitch. So it amazes me to this day.
It's a family that has been created at this point, and it's huge because it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And it's crazy to see that all these strangers literally came together for this house that you
Literally.
bought over in Connecticut. It's literally insane to see the amount of support that you got when you moved out to Connecticut.
Yes, it blew my mind. I did not expect none of that because that literally happened last second. Like what happened that day, we found out that we got approved for a house that we didn't think we were gonna get approved for, and they told us we had to come up with this amount of money within like the next couple days. So honestly, I had money put aside for it, but it just wasn't enough. And I went on Twitch and I put up the goal. I think it was 3,000 in like 3 days,
Something like that.
and we got it in one day. Not even like 4 or 5 hours.
That is crazy. The Twitch fam definitely came through. So much love for you though on Twitch, and for your sister, of course. What's your favorite thing to do on Twitch?
My favorite thing to do on Twitch is to see what everybody's doing, talk to them. Like I like entertaining everybody who's on my live. I like being goofy with them. I like doing pranks on there, even when I'm the one getting pranked on with it, because it makes you guys happy. It makes me happy seeing you guys happy, and I just think it's fun.
That's definitely dope. You're running some really good content. For those of you that are literally listening to this right now, if you haven't checked them out, check them out at Interstate Smooth on Twitch. Literally, he has some of the best content out there. He plays with all of the subscribers. He'll literally play music for you guys. Anything you guys want, Tim is willing to do it. So definitely go out there and check him out for that. What's your favorite game right now?
My favorite game right now is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I love
Why?
that game. I love it. I love it. I love it because growing up, I was a Dragon Ball Z fan. I watched the TV shows. I was just into everything Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z. And just to see that game on PlayStation, well, I got the PlayStation 5 now, but it came out for PlayStation 4. But just for them to even come up with a game that follows the whole series from the beginning of the Dragon Ball series, Dragon Ball Z series, was crazy to me. I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm watching the TV show all over again because it's literally the TV show. Love it, love it, love every minute of it. Love playing it, even if it gets a little too complicated and frustrating. And I know what's gonna happen next. I'm on the edge of my seat, like, okay, let's do this. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Aren't those the best games though? The ones that tell a story from the beginning to the end, because those are the games that get you hooked literally on the game. That's the point of a video game.
Yes, definitely. If it could hook, and that's the thing. You know what's funny? Like a lot of these games nowadays, they have good stories. Like I remember even playing Mortal Kombat as a kid,
Mhm.
and it never had a storyline like how it is now. It's like a movie playing that game. You know, I just actually just got the new. I got Star Wars Battlefront 2 because I'm a Star Wars fan also, and I just started the campaign on that. I'm like, okay, this is like a movie. Every game is like a movie now.
Yeah, and I think that's what the video game industry is capitalizing on. They realize that those are the games that sell because everyone likes a good story, and that's why people are into wrestling. That's why people like music. That's why people like all sorts of stuff because it tells a story, and if you can relate to it, guess what? You're gonna buy it.
Definitely, that is very true. That's why even with my music, I always try to tell a story, even if it's a good story, a bad story, harsh, funny, whatever it is. I just try to give content in my music, and that's one thing I really do pride myself over is the content.
I have seen your content on Twitch and I've listened to your music. It is absolutely amazing. What's your creative process going into making music? How do you decide what goes on a song and what doesn't go on a song?
It's just what I'm feeling. I just jump in. There's been times I just go on live and I'll just look for a beat on YouTube and I'll just be like, okay, I like this. What can I say? Like, what's the first thing that comes out? And whatever the first thing that comes out, I just flow with it. It just goes. I don't really have like a sense of direction. I don't really have, you know, a, s- I don't really, sometimes I don't even have a concept, but once I get the first few words and I get kind of like the flow in my head, the concept of everything and the words just come all together automatically. Like it's just natural. I don't have to really try like that. Sometimes I think about what to say next just to like piece up the story or the song, whatever you would like to call it. And the final product is hopefully what everybody will like.
So do you come up with the beat first and then write the lyrics, or as you said, sometimes you just come up with the beat, right? And then you start kind of just going as the music is playing. How do you memorize everything that you just said and then come and piece it together to put it into an actual song?
How I come up with it? Well, honestly, I feel like the beat is one of the most important things to the song because without the beat, it's really hard to like grasp a concept what without hearing what the feeling of the beat is. I feel like every beat has its own emotion. Every beat, it has a certain feeling to a beat, and the words could only complete the sound of the beat. So I just hear what I hear, and whatever emotion comes to my mind, whatever I could just relate it to in my life or stuff that I seen in my life, I just take it from there. I could listen to a beat. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could go this direction, maybe go this way. You know, One of my first mixtapes called Lord Chaos, that whole mixtape was just emotions, just stuff that I've seen, stuff that I've been through. All of it, majority of the songs was just concepts or just stories. So it just really depends on the sound of the songs. Like this songs I just have fun on and just, you know, might not be a story, but it's fun.
And
you know?
as far as I know, you have some unreleased songs. How do you decide this is a song that I'm going to put out, and this is a song that's not going to go out just yet?
Some songs are just worth keeping. I know some songs have a purpose, but some, there's other songs that I know I have to make to put out because I gotta stay consistent. But I do have certain gems that I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna put you right here, and we're just gonna keep you for a bright and shiny day because once it comes out, I want it to be out in the proper way. And this actually some songs I played on my live that it's not out yet. And a lot of those songs are songs that, I feel like when I get enough people to know who Interstate Smooth is, now it's time to put out these songs.
See, we all know my favorite song is unreleased yet, but when the time comes to release it, we'll know that's going to be a hit. We all know that.
I hope so. I pray that it is. My girl tells me all the time that I should have been put that song out. I should have been done something with that. And it's not that I don't agree with her, is that song I'm kind of treating it like my baby. That and like maybe 2 or 3 other songs I really do like I'm holding back right now just because I feel like it needs to be done right.
100% agree. I think that when the right time comes, that right song will definitely be released, and that'll be the song that takes Interstate to a whole new level.
Hope so. I really do.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. You'll get there. It just takes time, takes consistency, but you'll get there. The grind is real, and I've seen you grind for everything you've wanted.
Everything, literally everything. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. What's another thing that when you're making music, you just decide, you know what? This is something that I really want to put out there. This is for the world to know, that aside from like what your fan base is, you're just like, this is a song that I want people to hear. I want people to know about it. Obviously, it would have to have some sort of meaning for you to put it out there. When that time comes to finally make that decision, do you perfect the song before putting it out there, or are you just like, you know what? I recorded it like this. This is how I like it.
You know what's funny is both because I would say, believe it or not, one verse hurts that whole tape was just like, all right, I did it. I'm done. Like I really didn't that whole mixtape, I really didn't take my time on at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. That really just was made in a week. That was made in a week. I always try to like make sure the mix sounds good and everything, but in all reality, that song, that whole mixtape was a week.
A week.
Just a week. Yeah, I made a song a day.
Oh my God. It is insane to listen to that mixtape now and be like, he created this entire thing in a week. That's incredible.
I say it's true though because I made that in a week, but I really just took that as like a warm up because that was like the first. This is the first time like that tape was the first time me recording in my home studio, and it was just me testing how the room sounds, see how I like certain things in the room because believe it or not, these little foam things in the back, like placement is kind of important, and just everything I got to figure out from working from the old studio that I was in to being in this studio. I gotta get my ears adjusted to the room to make it, suitable for me. So that whole mixtape was just a test run. It was just a project. Like it was just me just warming up.
For it being a warm up and a test run, that for sure came out fire. Now imagine when you're really ready to go and your whole studio is ready.
I can't wait. I cannot wait because I got plans. And you know what's funny? I got songs I wrote on live that I totally forgot about. And I know once I revisit it, I'm gonna be like, holy damn, that's gonna be crazy.
That
Like
for
I
sure is
forgot
gonna
about this.
No, yeah, that for sure is going to be crazy. Now you don't have to tell us the name of the song if it's unreleased, but is your favorite song that you've written up until today released or unreleased?
I'm released.
Unreleased. Will
I'm
that be
released.
released sometime soon?
I'm hoping by December. I'm
Cool.
really hoping all the way by December. I'm really working my best to get my name out there more. I want to, I want to build my name up a little bit more before I drop any of those songs. And my favorite song right now, that's that is my favorite song, period, that I made right now, and it is unreleased, is Why Naughty. That's my favorite. And, well, Why Naughty is honestly is either Why Naughty or Lessons. Those are
Interesting.
my two. Those are my two. And I know that you know it. I know people on the live know it, but those are two songs that are unreleased, but they're like my favorite songs.
Hey, they're really good songs and they're unreleased for a reason. But of the released songs that you've brought out up until this day, what's your favorite song?
That's hard. Damn, what is my favorite song? I'm going to say I got a song called Get It Right. I got a song called Get It Right. And that song, that I hold that song near and dear to me because that song, like I said, Lord Chaos was a mixtape filled with emotions and real stories on there. And that song, that was just a crazy day when I wrote that song. Really crazy day when I wrote that song.
Absolutely incredible to hear how like these processes literally happen and then they all just come together and you just piece it all into a song and then the song becomes what it is and then it becomes a hit.
Definitely, do. I can't wait for more people to hear my music. I can't wait for it to like spread out more. But for those who do hear it, I hear nothing but positive feedback, and the feedback is very inspiring. That makes me just want to continue doing what I do.
Out of all the music videos that you have, which one's your favorite one that you've shot?
Litty Bitty, definitely Litty Bitty. Litty Bitty was it was just fun that day. It was just a fun day. And it's like the cleanest video I shot so far. Like, and my cameraman, he just gotten better over time. So like majority of my videos are shot by one guy. His name is Jedi the God, and he shot Adios. He shot Litty Bitty. He shot a lot of my videos and a lot of my team's videos. And I just see the progress of his videos, and it just Litty Bitty's my favorite.
I like Little Bitty, but I feel like it's too short. I feel like it should have been longer, but it's one of those that you just have to keep playing on repeat. But
Mhm.
I feel like the duration of the song is just too short, man. It leaves us craving for more.
That was the whole idea. That's why that was the lead single of One Verse Hurts. Every song on One Verse Hurts is just one verse. Every song is like a minute and 30 seconds. I think the longest song on this like maybe a minute and 40, maybe almost 2 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I think
But
it's like pushing that 2 minute mark.
yes, every song on there is very, very short, super short. But
What made you want to go with the name Interstate Smooth? Why did you choose that name out of everything you could have chosen? Why did you choose that?
well, Smooth was a name that I was given when I was younger. I got Smooth. I've been called Smooth since high school. Um, Interstate came over time. I gave myself the name Interstate, and it was just I put both of them together. It just seemed, it seemed appropriate. Interstate just came about when once got my car, I was literally everywhere. When I first moved out of my mom's house, I lived in Orlando. I would drive from Orlando to New York just to go see my friends. I would go from New York to Jersey to Boston to Rhode Island to Connecticut to Virginia to North Carolina, Atlanta. I just was everywhere. And it's crazy because every all those states that I do name, I at least got a good one or two friends in those states that I'm really close to. I don't have like a big group of friends in like one spot. Like I have a whole bunch of like close friends all spread out everywhere.
That's interesting. Very, very interesting. I've always wondered, I was like, why did he choose Interstate Smooth as his name? But hey, it suits you and it goes with your marketing. And I can definitely see you as an Interstate Smooth. I was just like, that's weird. Why would he pick that name out of everything he could have picked?
Interstate's my lifestyle. I'm always on the interstate. Like if it's 95, if it's I-4, if it's Route 1, if it's I-278, I-395, I-495. It's just I know a whole bunch of like I've been to a lot of states and I took a lot of interstates to go to those places, and interstate just fits my lifestyle.
I definitely see that. See, now, for those of you that didn't know why his name was Interstate Smooth, now you definitely know.
Interstate.
Interstate. No, I like it. I definitely do. It suits you very, very, very well, to be completely honest with you.
Thank you.
Okay, and then when it comes to your music, how did you decide, you know what, this is what I want to do? I want to make music. At what age did you realize you were basically meant to do this?
I figured out I wanted to do music when I was 20. But here's the thing, I always made music since I started making music like in sixth grade, but I really started taking it serious after I dropped out of college. And I know that's kind of bad to say, but you know, I just felt like there wasn't really much that I wanted to do. And the way that I viewed myself back then, I felt like that was the only thing that I could do. So I just decided that it's music or nothing. So to this day, you know, if it's not me rapping, I know how to mix and master music. So if I'm not rapping, I can mix and master somebody's song and just get paid from it. And if I can't do that, I have other people that I make music with that, I got my own label called Interstate Cutthroat that if I don't want to make music, I could easily just manage and just try to promote the artists that are under the same umbrella as me. So I just at a young age, at 20 years old, I really just said it's music or nothing. I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. I didn't want to. I didn't really see nothing in college that really interested me, and I was not really the best student in school. So I really just said, you know what, it's music or nothing.
You discovered it pretty early on then, right fresh
Definitely.
out of high school.
Definitely.
Now it takes people longer sometimes to figure out what they really want to do. They go and they try a career path and then it doesn't work out. Then they try a different thing and then it doesn't work out for them. And it seems like you had it figured out at a very, very young age. And that's good.
Definitely. I figured it out young, and obviously everybody gets discouraged here and there. Everybody has
Mhm.
their I give up moments, but there was just certain things that I experienced that I just felt like, at times where I did feel like quitting, those experiences that I witnessed or I've been through just reminded me that, you know what, you got to do this. You got to stay on track.
And that's exactly how it has to be. And look at you now, making music, making all of your dreams come true. And hey, that's exactly how it works. If you don't grind for it, you're just never going to get there, and it takes time. Sometimes it takes people longer to get there, but you eventually get to that finish line.
Definitely. And I'm still not at the finish line. I'm living comfortably right now. I'm blessed enough to have a house and a family, but my dreams and my goals is more than just a house and a family. And luckily I have a great support system to, you know, cheer me on and support me to help me get to my dreams and my goals.
Definitely cannot wait to see that come to play. What was the first song you ever wrote? And Did it end up making it on any of your albums, or is it still an unreleased song? Did you just scrap it?
That song, the first song I ever recorded was a freestyle to a Mobb Deep song. Actually, no. Let me correct myself. The first song I ever recorded was a freestyle to a 50 Cent song, and at that time I was like in middle school, and I was just a little bit of a problem child at the time. So my first song was a song dissing another artist that I went to school with, that I don't even think he even really knew who I was. I just heard his music and I really didn't like it. And the stuff that he talked about, I knew it wasn't him. So me back in the day, I was kind of a little bit of a little, I was being a little brat. And that was my first song. My first song was dissing somebody else. It's kind of
A
crazy.
a diss track. I see. I would have never imagined that. I would have actually thought it was like a full on song that maybe never got released, because you have to pick and choose which ones you want to put out and which ones you don't. So
Mhm.
I personally thought maybe he wrote something and was like, nah, that's not the song that I want to put out there. But see, that's interesting. A diss track. See, I would have never would I have thought that your first song was a diss track. And just because you didn't like their music, come on now.
It was MySpace days. That was MySpace. It didn't make it on iTunes. It didn't make it anywhere else. It was just on MySpace, and it was circulating through my school.
Hey, that's how you get the word out there. That's how you get, to where you want to be. People started talking, and hey, now you're here.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it sounds crazy now, but back then it was a little more accepted because that was a part of, if you're a rapper, that's part of the culture. Like, there's people who literally get paid even nowadays to just battle somebody, just to completely just diss somebody else. They literally just get paid to go back and forth with somebody. They even set it up like if it's boxing, like they got rounds. It's crazy. But back then, that's what a lot of my friends used to do. We used to just freestyle, rap, and clown each other. Clowning is dissing, clown. It's pretty much the same thing in a way. But, to me, it was just friendly competition.
What do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy more mixing and doing like the production side of music, or do you enjoy writing?
It's tough to it's tough to say because when I'm writing, it's always fun. It's always fun writing. But going through the process to make the record come alive and actually hear it the way that you picture it in your head, that's like, yes, like that's what I wanted to hear. Like, it's cool writing the song. I love writing the song. I love coming up with the idea and hearing it in my head. But when I actually hear it on speakers and get to what technicalities I need to do, what I have to do technically to make the song sound the way it needs to sound, I enjoy it. Now, I say that mainly with my music. Like, I have recorded other people, mixed other people, and mastered other people's songs. Some people I do enjoy. Some people I completely dread it. Don't like it. It just feels like a job. But when it comes specifically towards my music, it's hard to say. Like, if I'm literally thinking about my music solely, do I like writing or do I like mixing and mastering? It's hard to say. Very, very hard to say.
What about with music videos? How do you decide what the music video is going to be like? Is that something you decide, or is that something like your producer and camera crew team decide?
Music videos, that's something I usually decide. I have other people that, they pitch their ideas. They come up with certain ideas. Some people like might want to like direct the whole video themselves. But for the music videos that I came up with so far that are released, I came up with majority of ideas. There are future videos that I want to shoot that, you know, my girl wants, that she came up with some ideas for a video that I'm like, we gotta do that. I like that idea. We gotta take the idea and run with it. You know, so I don't mind taking other people's ideas and try to like incorporate it with mine. So I'm pretty excited. I
Right.
like it.
I can't wait to hear all the new music you have coming. But speaking of new music, Interstate does have a new release per se. He's been working on a new song for Wrestling with Siblings. And I guess you want to play it now, or how do you want to do this?
It's in your email.
It's in my email. Let me see.
It's in your email.
Let me take a look at that really quickly. I didn't even know it was in my email until you said something right now. So let me see. Oh yeah, it is on here. Let me see.
Yes, it's in the WeTransfer file.
Oh, I do see it. So hold on, let me see. Okay, so I have not listened to the song yet. So I guess I will be listening to it with you guys. And there is a giveaway right after we listen to the song.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so it's playing now, so we'll wait for it.
Life is a fight, so I gotta get right. Can't have my back on the ropes. This for my sister and bro. I swear I will make it, that's all that we hope. Like it's Stone Cold. Get hit with a center, that's all that she wrote. The world that we live in has made me cut throat. I started rapping about life just to cope. Now I spit fire like Ricky Steamboat. Straight from the bottom, got so much to gain. I had to grind just to build on my name. People call me champ, I'm feeling like Dwayne. I let it smack down, here comes the pain. Views on the top of the turnbuckle. I got my eyes on the prize, so I gotta survive like I just won a Royal Rumble. One day my posse will be DiBiase. Dollar signs around my belt buckle. Both of my siblings have seen the struggle. Watch us come up while staying humble. I take my strides for pride. Looks like I'm walking like Vince. I hear those lies in your rhymes. Sorry, I'm not convinced. I'm never tripping. This life I was given, it could have turned me to a villain. From the beginning, I was just chilling, watching wrestling with my siblings. From the beginning, I was just chilling, watching wrestling with my siblings.
All right, the creativity that went into that, you absolutely killed it.
Thank you.
That was great. I love it.
Thank you. I had to, you know, add some wrestling lines in there. Add some wrestlers in there.
Of course, it is absolutely fire. So when is this song going to be available to everybody else?
Well, this usually takes sometimes it takes about a day to go on iTunes and all those other sites. Sometimes it takes about a week. So I'm hoping at least by this upcoming Wednesday.
Okay, so by next Wednesday, which I believe is the 10th, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Well, let's look at the calendar.
Or is that tomorrow?
It's the 10th.
The 10th. Okay. So starting on the 10th, 1 week from the 10th, we have these brand new AirPods right here. So for those of you that want these AirPods, all you have to do is stream the song, literally, whether it's on Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you want to stream it. You have to take a screenshot of it, send it to both. Now, keyword, both Interstate and Wrestling with Siblings. And as soon as you do that, you will automatically be entered to win these. Interstate will sign them for you. I'll sign them for you. Armando will sign them for you. I'll send you guys a Wrestling with Siblings shirt along with some stickers and some other stuff. And then if you post a video, this is worth 2 entries. If you post a video of you listening to the song, you get 2 entries to win the AirPods. And yeah, that's the concept.
Yes, indeed. Definitely. And it's definitely appreciated for everybody that does enter, because for everybody just to check out the music and listen to it, I appreciate it. I think that's awesome.
And aside from that, we get to do this really cool giveaway there'll be one winner, but it also helps Interstate get his music out there. And the more people we can get his music to, the better, for sure.
Definitely excited. Definitely curious to see who's gonna win. So everybody who's listening, join it. Who doesn't want AirPods? Come on.
I know, right? And you're gonna sign them. So I will ship them to Interstate. He'll sign them, and then we'll ship them to whoever the winner was. And the contest will run for an entire week. So if you want 2 entries, post a video listening to the song. You want 1 entry, just send us a screenshot to both Interstate and Wrestling with Siblings on Instagram, and we will enter you to win. And the contest will run for a week. So what? That's the 10th. So the 17th, I believe, looking at the calendar, is when the winner will be announced.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you very much for being on the show today, Interstate. Congratulations on being a father. Cannot wait to see that journey.
Can't wait for my baby girl to come. Definitely.
100%. You're gonna be a fantastic dad.
Looking right.
Yep, I don't know if you heard my baby in the back. You want to say that again?
She's gonna be 5'2" with a smile, looking right.
Oh my goodness. She's gonna come out looking just like Steph.
Yeah, she definitely is. Hopefully she looks just like Steph with that pretty smile.
Thank you so much for being on the show. For those of you that don't know, catch Interstate on Instagram at Interstate Smooth. You can catch him on Twitch at Interstate Smooth, and you can stream his music literally anywhere at Interstate Smooth. Go show him some love, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me again. Thank you. Interstate. Just have to say that one time.
Yeah, you could not say bye without saying that.
I had to one time. But thank you again for having me too.
No problem. Thank you for being on.
Thank you again.
All right.